All right, that was my 2 packs of hot dogs that I'm gonna pour into my 9x13 dish. And you just cut those up into small pieces. I'm gonna make sure they're all cut all the way through. Now I'm coming in with my 40 ounces of chili. I am using chili with beans, but you can use chili with no beans. It's honestly a preference thing. And we're dumping this whole can, the whole 40 ounces of chili right on top of those delicious hot dogs. This is a super easy, super yummy, all-in-one dinner. It's so quick, it's so convenient, great for a summer barbecue when you don't want to stand in the heat, but you still want those barbecue flavors. All right, now I'm gonna come in with 1 diced yellow onion and we're gonna pour that whole thing right on top of our chili with our hot dogs. Yummy. Now, if you don't like onion, you can skip this, but it's necessary for me. Now I'm gonna bring in my ketchup and we're gonna add a generous amount of ketchup to this. Just a nice little drizzle should be perfect. Oh my goodness, it's just gonna add a nice little tang to this easy dinner. And speaking of tang, we have our Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, whatever you call it, and we're gonna add a little bit of that to our dish. This is all in our 13 by 9. I did not grease this, but I probably should have, so make sure to grease yours. Do what I say, not what I do. Now for seasoning, we're gonna keep it super simple. I have my Kinder's The Blend, which is salt, pepper, and garlic, everything you need all in one. And we are gonna season this generously. This is such a great dinner, so perfect for a family when you just want a super easy dish. My husband loves this, my dad loves this. It is a crowd pleaser. Now this is also optional, but I love it. I want a little bit of heat, so I'm adding some red pepper crushed. And we're gonna just sprinkle that in. I know that a lot of kids don't like that much heat, so you can skip this if that is the case. All right, beautiful. Now before we move on to the next step, I'm gonna bring back in our large spatula and it is time to blend everything together. The hot dogs, the chili, the onions, the ketchup, the Worcestershire sauce, all of that delicious seasoning. Those hot dogs look so good. And you can make those hot dogs bite size or bigger or smaller, whatever you like. I think this is the perfect size for inside our chili, but look how decadent that looks.
Yum, smells so good.
So good, perfect. All right, now I'm bringing in the cheese. And we have 8 ounces of cheddar that we're starting with, and we're gonna move our pan right underneath our cheese grater, and it is time to grate our cheese right into our pan. Now I'm starting off with a sharp cheddar, but we have something else we're gonna add as well. We're gonna make sure this all comes out and right onto our pan. Oh my goodness, it looks so delicious. Let's get this nice and grated. All right, we got that cheddar perfectly grated. We're just gonna make sure that it is evenly spread out on top of our hot dog casserole. Yummy. All right, we can move this out of the way now. And then our last, but certainly not least, we have some tater tots. So you don't need a bun with this casserole. We have our potato carbs right on top, and we're gonna line these perfectly on top of that cheese. And these are gonna get nice and crispy. The cheese is gonna get nice and melty. Everything underneath is gonna get nice and bubbly. And then we're gonna have the most delicious dinner, lunch you've ever had. Placing those last few tater tots and sneak one extra one in there because I can. Beautiful. All right, this is ready for the oven. My oven is set to 400 and it's gonna be in there for 40 minutes. Oh my, it's bubbly, it's melted, it's crispy, it looks incredible. It's time to dig in. Oh, she's messy.
Give it a sizzle.
Ooh. All right, there we go. I did the best I could. That looks so good though. And we have what's not to love? Hot dogs, chili, onions, tater tots. It's like chili tots, right?
Chili cheese tots. Is it good?
That is so good. You guys are gonna love it. All right, that's just 3 eggs that I have there. Go ahead and put some pepper on that. We're making some scrambled eggs just real quick. Some salt. Go ahead and scramble these up. They're gonna cook super quick. All right, these cooked up super quick, less than a minute. Let's turn off our oven and get to working. All right, scrambled eggs. Put those to the side. Grab our Eggo pancakes. And we're just gonna place our pancakes in our little taco folding tray, just like this, super quick. We are making 6 yummy little pancake tacos. All right. Now I'm using obviously the pre-made pancakes, but you can make your own if you're feeling like it, but I always burn my pancakes, so I'm using the pre-made. All right, let's grab our scrambled eggs, and we're just gonna put a little bit of scrambled eggs in these 3 pancakes. Now, the other 3, we're gonna do something super special with. So let's just get these nice and filled up with our delicious eggs. Beautiful. Now with those scrambled eggs, I have some fresh bacon. And what I'm gonna do with this bacon is we're gonna split it in half and just put half of our bacon right in there all snugly with those scrambled eggs. This is gonna be so good. Beautiful. All right, so we just needed 1.5 pieces of bacon for the 3 pancakes on the left. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab some Colby Jack cheese. And the egg we just made, so it should still be warm and that cheese should just melt oh so slightly when we put it on our little breakfast tacos. Cute, okay. So we have these 3 empty pancake tacos here, and personally, I love a sweet pancake, so I'm gonna grab some strawberries. Get a nice little variety of breakfast going here. So we're gonna do some sliced strawberries right in there. You can use whatever fruit you like with your pancakes, but I have always been a strawberry girl. And I just did nice thin slices so they can just fall right into those pancake grooves. Now, we're almost done here, but not quite yet. I have some ready whip, and of course, this is gonna go with the strawberries, not the bacon and the eggs. We just want to create a variety for everyone. Just a nice line of cream right there. Now we are almost done. Just one last thing to add to these. These are both 3-ingredient little breakfast tacos. I have some mini chocolate chips that we're just gonna pour right down into my hand. And these are gonna be sprinkled right on top of the whipped cream. All right, you guys, we have the cutest little breakfast tacos. So easy. I mean, that literally took me seconds to put together, and now everyone can come to brunch and pick if they want savory or sweet or both, which I'm gonna start with sweet and end with savory because I like dessert first. Let's go ahead and give it a try. So good. All right, let's try how those, see how those scrambled eggs came out. I cannot decide which one I like more. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, we're gonna bake these at 425 for about 20 minutes. All right, it's been 20 minutes and these look perfectly golden brown. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab our little spoon and we are going to scoop out the middle of each of our little puff pastry cups, just like so. All right, now that those are completely empty, I'm gonna bring in my powdered sugar that I'm just gonna dust on these before we get to filling. This is obviously optional, but I think it adds a nice little sweetness and a pretty presentation for these super cute puff pastry desserts. Oh my, okay, that looks great. All right, now I'm bringing in my favorite, my no-bake cheesecake Philadelphia, and we're bringing in a kind of ice cream scoop, and we are gonna scoop that right into our puff pastry, just like so. We're not filling up the whole scoop because we need some room to add something extra special on top, but look how delicious this looks. Puff pastry, cheesecake, and then one extra sweet treat. These are so perfect for 4th of July or for whatever occasion. It's so easy to make in the summer. You just have your oven on for only like 20 minutes and everyone loves these. It's such a crowd pleaser. So let's get our cheesecake in each one of these. Yummy. All right, so now that we have our cheesecake in these, I'm gonna come in with some blueberry pie filling. Oh my, this looks so delicious. I love cheesecake and blueberry together. So we're gonna scoop on our blueberry on this first row that we have here. You can use whatever pie filling you like. That's the beauty of this. You can even just use fresh fruit if that's what you prefer, make it a little bit healthier. You guys know I have a sweet tooth, so I'm gonna skip the second row and I'm gonna go to the third row and fill that one up with blueberry as well. So puff pastry, cheesecake, and that delicious blueberry pie filling. My mouth is watering. I absolutely love this combo. Oh yeah. And you know we're not leaving these ones with just cheesecake. We have some cherry pie filling, which I feel like is a summer classic. So we have blueberry and cherry, so people can choose whatever one they want. You can even do a strawberry, an apple, a lemon. That is the beauty of this easy dessert. And once we have these all filled with the pie filling, they are ready to devour. Look how cute and simple. I love the cherry and the blueberry, especially for 4th of July. Kind of just plays into the theme. All right, it's time to give these a try. We have a cherry one, and let's look at that bottom real quick.
Let's see.
See how perfectly cooked it is on the bottom?
Nice and toasty.
And then, of course, a blueberry one of each, because these are so good. All right, let's give it a try.
That crunch.
That is so good. You guys have to try them.